I've also been watching some TV series. So I thought I'd recommend to you another TV series that I watched the other day. This time on Amazon Prime Video, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I'd enjoy it because the premise seemed a bit naff, and not really something that would be my vibe. But I really did enjoy it, so I recommend you check out this series too. It's called The Better Sister. It stars Jessica Biel, and this other lady called Elizabeth Banks. They both play sisters. Essentially, you find out, to be fair, it's kind of, you find out later on anyway, but essentially they both play sisters who basically fall in love with the same man. One sister dates the guy early on, they have a kid, but then they break up soon after. Then her sister starts dating the same man, and they get married, and then they become insanely rich and wealthy and stuff. So it's that kind of, contrast between the sister that dated the guy first, who is now a drug addict, and now the younger sister who dated the guy second, but is now like, enjoying all the fruits of that relationship now because the guy is going to become super successful, and he's become, I think he's like a hedge fund manager or something. And spoiler warning, the kind of story kind of centers upon that guy dying. So it opens up, I think the first episode is that husband dies, and then you try to obviously find out in the entire series, it's kind of like a who's done it as to who actually killed him. And the good thing is that each character in this series has a reason. Each character has some sort of has a motive for why they would want that guy to die. And the husband is played by a guy called Corey Stoll. He plays Adam McIntosh. So it's a really decent series. I'm not gonna lie, I recommend you check it out. I really did enjoy it. Really did enjoy it. Oddly enough, I thought, number one, I thought that Jessica Biel looked fantastic. Like, I'm not too sure if she's been doing CrossFit. I'm not too sure if she's doing marathon training or something. I'm not too sure if she's going for a break. Whatever's going on with Jessica Biel, she looks absolutely banging and jacked. Like, she is absolutely jacked to the nines in this series. The arms are arms in, the shoulders are shouldering, and the fucking back off is just like, there's a scene, obviously, they had to include it. There's a scene for some other reason that she's getting changed and she's in the underwear in the room, and you're like, God almighty, she has got a dump truck. Like, that's a Caucasian lady that doesn't, that doesn't skip the greens. You get what I mean? She definitely makes sure she eats her greens, because God almighty, the dump truck was dump trucking. But I thought the casting was really good between these two women. I'm not going to lie. I thought the casting was superb. It actually felt like they were sisters. Like, one chaotic, like they're both, to be fair, when you watch the series, you realize they're both the same person. Although one person tries to be a little bit more prim and proper. I think Jessica Biel's character is like the founder of this really influential women's magazine. It's kind of like a Vogue type thing in that universe, and the sisters, unfortunately, recovering drug addict and stuff. But what you see in the center of the story is that they're both very similar, because obviously they're sisters, but in personality wise, even though one thinks she's better than the other, they're both very similar in their own ways. And obviously, you see how the murder of the husband or of the father of that child kind of like rocks the entire thing, and how it plays out and stuff. But I really recommend you check it out. I really reckon check it out. Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of these type of shows. There's another show that has a similar sort of premise. I think it's called Good Sister. It's more of a comedy. It's from the UK. It's a decent one too. I think it's about like 4 or 5 sisters. One sister is going out with a husband that all the sisters hate because he's really mean and he says really cunty stuff and stuff. I think in the opening episode, I think he's very dismissive to a Down syndrome kid. Like, it's kind of harsh. So the sisters, and he also kind of fundamentally changes. Like, he manipulates and whatever, psychologically harasses and damages the sister. So the other sisters kind of hack this plan together to kill him, and he ends up dying. But obviously, throughout the series, the plot or the whole thing kind of gets unraveled, and then you have to kind of, see how they kind of mend or maintain their relationships. That's a decent one, but it's more of a comedy. That one called The Good Sister, but I prefer this one. The Better Sister is actually a better series in that premise, starring Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks. I thought they both smashed it. If anything, I think maybe Elizabeth Banks had a stronger performance as the more chaotic, alcoholic, drug addict, emotionally unstable sister. I thought she did a really fucking good job. But if you're struggling for something to watch and you like the sound of that, I'd recommend you give it a try. It's on Amazon Prime Video now, so check it out if you're that way inclined. Check that out if you are that way in